Well, good morning, everybody. Today is October 1st. We are officially there. Um, on this video, I got Chris standing over next to a tree. I'll zoom in a little bit on him. You see him standing over there. Um, Under almost a full moon last night, I saw an individual standing over there, and um, he was twice the height of Chris. So Chris probably would have came up to his waist. But he was yeah, he did that too. No. He was I watched him. He stepped out from behind that tree and he stood there for a second and then he dropped down onto all four and then he laid down on his belly and then he kind of went back up on all four again. And then I didn't see him after that. But it was absolutely 100% one of our forest friends. It was a big guy. There's a little disturbance on the ground over there, but as far as like tracks and that, nothing. But he was definitely there. And then these two little oak sprouts that are right here, later on in the night, I had been looking off farther to the right, and when I looked over there, there was somebody standing right there, about as tall as what Chris is. And as soon as I looked over and saw him, he darted off back in that way extremely fast. So that was two sightings last night. And, so back off up in this direction, back up towards the top of that little hill, there was all kinds of movement around up over there. And at one point, these two pine trees, and then there's two oak trees behind it, somebody was right behind there. He was clicking, and Chris had ended up walking kind of over in between those two trees, just past him, and he was over there for a couple of minutes, and he was having a click fest with whoever was over there. They were just clicking back and forth at him. So it was a good night. Oh, also, Chris and I both kind of over by where these two little oak sprouts are, but a little farther past it to the right of them was this white streak, a bright light that it was probably, I would guess, 1.5 feet long. Not the first time I've seen that, and I'm sure it ain't the last time I'll see that. No idea what it's all about, but yeah, it was an interesting night last night, and we finally called it. Didn't have much activity that I can speak of after that. Chris, your thoughts on last night?
Quiet. A little bit of visual stuff. I still feel like if I were to hazard a guess, because it's just a guess, that they're just not familiar with us really. It's a newer spot. I'm pretty sure they're aware of who we are. I mean, they showed themselves to us, a couple times over the last 2 nights, but not much communication or interaction really. Some cool visual stuff going on. It was a quiet night. It was a great night. I mean, we still got, honestly, things that we consider kind of run of the mill, I think for many other people would be considered, spectacular. So, not to sound jaded, sometimes I think we've been spoiled, quite frankly. So, it takes time, and it takes time to establish some communication, maybe some trust. So we'll see. Jury's still out. It's a cool spot. It's a great location. I mean, absolutely stunning views. And we had a great time yesterday. We went off on a long journey on the side-by-side to go try and pinpoint a spot where we saw some strange light phenomenon across the canyon, which was probably about as bumpy a ride as I've ever been on in my life. Great trip. A really unique spot. I think we stood in a place overlooking this canyon that probably maybe nobody's ever stood before. So I love it when we get to do things like that. You know, this is such a beautiful area, and you know, really lucky and blessed to be able to do what we do. So anyway, that's my thoughts.
Yep. All right. Well, we're gonna chill for a few more minutes and then start getting things packed up to get out of here and get back to life. So that's about it for this trip. Been a good trip. It was worthwhile. Absolutely enjoy being out here. Love the place. And, you know, I'll pan around for a second, you know, give you guys another view, layout of the land. But as always, I thank each and every one of you. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Pay attention to your surroundings. Please, please, please stay safe. I love each and every one of you. Peace out.